Hello, and once again back with another video with some more details for my layout, which I just got uh, last week. You may have noticed on my layout the town scene, the roads, etc. There are no markings, and I used to have some stencils from many years ago, but they were all fragile and broke up, so I thought I'd invest in this item from Noch. There's some templates and a pencil, etc. So I'm going to give that a go. I'm excited about these next couple of items. Some photo etch antennas for the houses. Some really fine details on this, so I think it's going to be great when I finally build them and put them onto the layout. Really detailed, quite a few sets of different types of antennas. They'll complement the satellite dishes I showed in my previous email. And here we've got some weather vanes. I think these are absolutely brilliant. Again, very fine detail, so I'm going to again enjoy putting them together and putting them on some of the houses. I'll probably not use all of them because that might just be a bit of overkill, but I think my farmhouse and some of the smaller houses will look good. I've got some phone signal antennas. I'm not sure what the actual name of those are, but again, a nice bit of detail that will add something to the layout. What else have I got? Oh, again, another little novelty item, a barrel with a little red LED light. Once it's built and painted, it's supposed to represent a rusty barrel with some waste being burnt. I think that'll look good on the building site along with the bonfire that I showed previously. And also I've got some other rusty barrels as well, which will make good details lying around the trackside, etc. So some more little wheelie bins. Again, I think they'll look good around the back of the buildings near the station. If you've ever seen behind in any buildings, there's always boxes, wheelie bins, etc. So just add a bit of interest to that. Some little rubbish bins for some of the pathways that I've got on the layout. Again, I'll just have to paint them and add them. Really fine detail on those. And here some big bins, usually metal with the plastic lids. Again, just have to be painted and added. Again, they're going to go behind the buildings near the station. And some little transformers. I'm going to paint these and put them on the masts for the overhead wires for the track. It's just to add a bit of detail again to the layout. You can see they're very fragile. There's the little oil tank has come off one, but it's easily fixed, a bit of super glue, and that will be sorted. I bought two of these because I'm not quite sure how many I want to add to the layout. I might not actually use them all. Sometimes less is more. Again, some more trackside detail here. These are the little junction boxes for the points. Just need to be again painted and added to the points near the track. You can see from my thumb there, they're very small. This is something I've actually had for quite a while, and I've never put it on the layout just some laser cut drain covers and drains, etc. Only issue I have with that is the card is actually quite thick, so if I put them on the road, it's going to stick up quite a bit. And it looks thin there, but it is noticeable when you put it down, so I may actually have to sand the underneath of it just to make it a little bit thinner to blend in a little bit more. And for my previous video, these are the gas cylinders that I've actually painted in various colors. I'll just keep them to one side till I get my welder scene done. I've also been busy weathering some wagons, just some standard cargo wagons, giving them a wash with a very dark brown, almost black colour. Repainted the roofs and chipped the paint away a little bit, and then just added some grime overall. And they look, I'm quite happy with how they've turned out. And these are just some still photos. I actually took a couple of wagons. As you might not be able to see, there are some of the little vents on the side. When you get them, they're solid. I've actually taken a little drill and drilled out a few of them, and then scraped them clean to make them nice and square, or rectangular shaped, I should say, as if the vents have been opened. Again, just adds a bit of individuality. And here's my BR24 pulling those wagons. As I said in a previous video, the BR24 is one that I converted to digital, and even though it's been cleaned, it is quite a noisy little engine, but it runs smoothly, so there's not much more I can do about it. And yeah, it's just going along very nicely here around the layout. You know, as I always say in the comments, if you have any questions you want to ask, just drop me a comment. I do try and respond to all the comments I get, English or German. You know, I can read and speak and write a little bit of German, so I know some of my, in fact most of my subscribers are from Europe, so don't let that put you off if you want to ask me anything. One thing I have noticed about this is BR24 when I compare it to later models, because this one is a Minitrix model. Some of the detail on the running gear, etc., seems doesn't seem to be very in scale compared to, say, the later Fleischmann models. But yeah, that's just being a little bit picky, I suppose. But you know, it runs nicely, so there's no need for me to get the newer one. This is perfectly good enough for me. As you can see, and you probably noticed, I never changed the signals, so it's gone through a stop signal. They're not connected up yet to stop the trains. That's going to happen at a later date. And here are those transformers I showed earlier on. I've given them a paint and a bit of weathering. they're now just ready to be attached to the masts. The sprue that they came on, I actually kept them on that and cut the sprue out quite carefully, because I'm going to use that as uh, the the fittings, if you will, to attach them to the masts. Makes it a bit easier to attach them. I only thought about that after I'd taken a couple of them off, so I've got some just plastic, spare bits of plastic sheet and profiles, etc. So I'll make a little platform for some of them. And here you see them actually in place. I think I'm actually going to weather them a little bit more. They look a little bit too clean for me, but I think that's a really nice touch on the layout. It looks good. Yeah, it's turned out very well. I quite like that. And here are some of those other bins that I showed earlier that I've painted, but they're not yet weathered. In roughly where they're going to be once I've finished weathering them, etc. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching.